Hello and welcome to another YouTube short yoga class. Today we're going to be looking at splits pose. So let's grab your mat and let's begin. We're going to start today in a kneeling position. So hands on the knees, close down the eyes. Let's take a couple of long inhales and exhales just to bring our mind to our mat today. And let's roll forward onto all fours, hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Let's drop the belly down, look forward, open the chest. Exhale, round the back, draw the belly button up towards the spine. Inhale, drop down, look forward. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, open that chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the back. Inhale down and exhale, reverse. Let's come back to a neutral spine and sit your hips back down towards your heels. Lengthen out your hands, keeping your hands where they are. You're going to look forward, roll your body forward, drop your hips down into an upward facing dog, and then exhale, bring your hips back down to your heels. Inhale, come forward, drop the hips. Exhale, reverse. So your hands are sitting exactly where they are. Inhale, drop the hips. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, drop them down. Exhale, reverse. And come back up to all fours. And just circle the hips. Just rolling them one way. And then reversing and going back the other way. And stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand, come into your low lizard lunge. Hands come flat on the ground, drop your hips as much as you can. Maybe wiggling side to side slightly, just to settle into the pose. Your toes can point out at a little bit of an angle. Long inhales and exhales. And then wiggle your right foot back to the center of your mat, come into your regular low lunge. Maybe your hands are on your knees, maybe you're holding onto a wall, or maybe they're just flat on the ground. Reach those hips down towards the ground. And then slowly walk your hands back, straighten the right leg, toes point up towards the ceiling. Come into your half splits. Imagine reaching your belly button closer towards your thighs. Slight bend of the right knee if you need to. And then bend back into that right knee. And bring the left foot up close towards the bum. Maybe bring the right hand in the middle of your mat and reach round with your left hand to grab the foot. This is always optional. You don't have to reach around and grab that foot. You can stay in your regular low lunge. If you have got the foot, bring it in as close as you can towards your bum. Trying to keep your chest parallel to the front of your mat. And then frame your right foot. Come back to your half splits. And then back to your low lunge. So we're going to be taking this into a little bit of a movement. So back and forth. Every time you inhale, come into your low lunge. Every time you exhale, come into your half splits. And then keep shuffling that foot forward until you make your way into your splits position, okay? Now we're not going as low as we possibly can here. We're going until we feel a stretch. So come into your low lunge, wiggle that foot as far forward as you can, then come back to your half splits and hold here. Should be feeling a nice deep stretch down the back of that right leg. Long inhales and exhales. And then slightly bend the right knee so you can bring that foot back. Bring both knees back down to the mat, sit back up onto your heels, maybe wiggle a little bit side to side just to loosen those hips. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So come back down to all fours. And this time the left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Come into your low lizard lunge. Remember your toes can point a little bit diagonally. Maybe have a little bit of a wiggle to settle your body in. And try to get those hips as low as possible. And then bring that left foot to the center of your mat. Hands go either side. Low lunge, sink those hips down. Again, maybe you come up onto your hands or hold onto a wall or yoga blocks. And then on your next exhale, shift your hips backwards, straighten that left leg. Toes point up towards the ceiling. Try to reach your belly button down towards your thighs. Slight bend of the knee if you need to. Taking a couple more breaths in your half splits. Really feeling that stretch on the back of the left leg. Then bend back into your low lunge. Bend up that right foot. Left hand comes on the inside of the left foot. Reach your right hand behind. Grab that foot if you can. And again, sink your hips down low. So remember, this is always optional. You don't have to grab that foot. Couple of breaths. And then slowly releasing that foot, come back to your low lunge. Take a big inhale, exhale to your half splits. Inhale back to your low lunge, shuffle that foot a little bit further forward. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, maybe shuffle it a little bit further forward. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, take it as long as you can. Exhale into your half splits and hold it here. Make sure that you're feeling a stretch, but you're not going too far. So we're not trying to come right into our splits here and get as low as we possibly can. We're holding a really long half splits and feeling that stretch. Maybe come onto your fists if your fingers or your wrists are hurting. Couple breaths here. Slowly bend into that left knee. So come on out, bring that knee back to meet the right. Sit on your heels again and gently wiggle side to side. Toes together, knees wide. Come into your child's pose. Arms go out long above you. Rest everything down onto the ground. Rest your forehead. Relax those arms. And every exhale, try to get your chest closer towards the ground. And slowly walk yourself back up. And that's us done for today. Thank you so much for joining me.